2014, things with the ex now, obviously, and my career were kind of just what I would consider in shambles. I had everything else. I had health, I had an amazing family, I had amazing friends, but I wasn't happy. So to me, what I turned to, my addiction, was training. I went cycling a lot, I ran a lot, and 2014 ended up being the first year that I did my first Ironman. Last year, quite a few things had happened. There were many natural disasters right around the world. There was, the flooding in Houston, there was hurricanes in Florida. These people, they probably lived their lives, probably for the most part, regularly, just like any one of us, and in an instant became homeless, became penniless, and they didn't do anything wrong. And I'm sitting here paying a coach whatever I'm doing, per month, to do something that was self-serving to myself. And I felt that something was extremely wrong with that. Black and white, smack in my face, like, you have a lot. Like, I don't have to, and it's not necessarily even money, I have some of that, but it's not even that. It's just like, you just have been given a lot. A very good friend of mine that I've known for a couple years now has been going to Friends Church for quite some time, and she's Christian all of her life. I went out to lunch with her one time, and I think at the end of the lunch at one point I had asked her, oh, when do you go to church? And I honestly don't know what kind of prompted me to ask her that, but it was purely just, I think, of anything, curiosity, because I know that she goes to church. And she had mentioned she goes to Friends, and and she said, oh, if you'd like to go sometime with me, please. I was like, I said, I'd love to. And the first time that was when she and her brother had invited me to Easter service. I went to the service, had an amazing time. And she had asked me, you probably have a lot of questions. What did you think of the service? I said, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. At that point, I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't know if it was am I going to continue to go to church on a regular basis? But I got an email, I think in 2 weeks, the Alpha program was starting. And she had mentioned previously that she's heard great things about Alpha. So I said, oh, this is great. I was actually very excited, because for me, I think Alpha was almost like it was designed exactly for someone like me. Someone that's curious, that's unsure a little bit, but in a positive sense. That I was like, this is my ability to go in and learn more about the program or learn about faith without being judged by oh, well, you're not Christian, or oh, you're not X or Y, or you're not perfect enough to. And that's exactly what that was. And it made me learn so much more about how I can be Christian today and not be judged for anything that I might have been doing in the past. My perspective of things is very different. But the course in of itself has given me just a different perspective in life. I felt like I already had peace, but even more so now. And I feel like my definition of relationships is just deeper now. In the past, people have told me, with my situation with my ex, people have said, you need to forgive her, you need to forgive yourself, And I understood that as an abstract, but I didn't know how to do it. Within 7 weeks of doing this, now I understand. And because of that, I actually truly feel peace. It wasn't while I'm forcing myself to forgive, because I know that's the right thing. It's no, I understand what that means now. I think one of the biggest things that was an awakening for me was that, I said, hey, I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm working on it. Everyone else is too. You don't have to take the leap. They say, it's not that crazy of a leap. Come on, just come out and open your side, open your heart and talk to people. That's really what it is. Giving myself up to completely. There is no other way for me.